Hello everybody, Andrea Turowski here. Today is Monday and I'm actually having a pretty nice lazy Monday. I love lazy Mondays. I'm in my sweater. I took the dogs for a walk about 2 hours ago. It's so nice outside and they were actually sitting outside for about a half an hour, which never happens where they actually sit there like calmly. So they've been in and out, so that's just why I'm sitting in my living room at the moment. The lighting isn't the most amazing, but I hope that everybody can still see me okay. I tried to find a spot for my cell phone to take the video, and this seems to be the best lighting that I could find. So sorry about that, but I'm not in my office at the moment because I've been letting the dogs kind of in and out. Because like I said, it's so nice outside and I'm having a nice lazy Monday. I made myself a coffee. I bought this like almond beverage from Whole Foods. It is so good. I don't know if it's made for like a coffee creamer. I don't think so, but I like to just kind of add it into my coffee and like it tastes amazing. So, pretty excited about that. And I got a new shipment in today from LipSense. Pretty excited. I am wearing a beige champagne at the moment. I don't know if you guys can see because of the lighting, but it's a nice like neutral color. But the video today, actually, I want to talk to you guys about, okay, so there are a lot of you, and probably actually most of you, that work full-time but are trying to run their LipSense, or you're working part-time and trying to run your LipSense also part-time. So I want to talk to you guys about how to manage your time as effectively as possible, because at the moment I'm working, it's hard to say, like I usually work on Tuesdays, okay? I work at the dental office on Tuesdays in Kitchener, so that's about an hour away at the moment. We are moving to Kitchener in a couple months, but I'm still sort of going back and forth. And that's the shift that I have all the time. But I have also picked up another shift about 3 Saturdays a month in London. So that's about 45 minutes the other way. But I did that because Tom and I are trying to save up for our wedding. And we're going on our honeymoon to Bora Bora. So, and I say that because I was working like full-time, but then sometimes part-time, but it was just too much, okay? I have been with LipSense for a couple months now, and it was just too much. Like, I couldn't do it. Like, something had to go. And I said to Tom, like, I like selling LipSense. You know, I love it. I have more fun going over to somebody's house and showing them LipSense colors and making a couple $100s than I do working 8 hours at the dental office and make a couple $100s. You know, I would prefer to be able to have a nice schedule where I can stay home with Lily and Daisy and then maybe go to somebody's house from 2 to 3 in the afternoon and make a couple $100s. Like, that to me is more fun than working 8 hours at the dental office making the same amount of money, literally. But it just so happened where at that office, just things were changing with the management. And I guess just to make a long story short, they stopped paying us properly. They would take money out of our paychecks because they felt that we stayed too long past our shift. Even though as a dental hygienist, we have to sharpen instruments, we have to write up charts, we have to do chart audits, you know, things like that. So I just simply didn't like that, you know, and who would? But not everybody has the opportunity to say, okay, I don't like your policies, see you later, right? Like, I'm leaving, too bad, so sad. You know, people don't like it, but they still have to pay the bills, right? They can't just quit like I pretty much did. But I had that opportunity. So I said to Tom, like, Tom, I'm going to give my 2 weeks notice because I can't stand this. This isn't okay that they're taking money out of my paycheck because I stayed half an hour past my shift to sharpen instruments, but they didn't feel that I should have. That's just not the type of people that I want to work for. But thankfully, I had LipSense. I also tutor, so I make money from that. I'm a business coach, so I make money from that. But oh my God, sorry guys, I'm choking on my own saliva here. But here, let me just have some more coffee for a second. So good. So yeah, so what I'm getting at is I may not work full time, 9 to 5, 9 to 6, like a lot of you do, but I am doing a lot of things. So I quickly became overwhelmed. And how I see it is if I became overwhelmed by working at the dental office like a couple days a week, tutoring only on Saturdays and Sundays, a business coaching was usually on Mondays. If I was like, okay, this is too much, too fast, I'm happy to be making money, but I don't have time for myself, I don't have time for Tom, I am exhausted, and then I have to do it all again the next day. Like, it's not as exciting as it should be, right? So if I'm feeling overwhelmed, then I thought, well, how are my teammates feeling who work full time? You know, they feel even more overwhelmed than I do. So I thought, okay, so we need to talk about how to feel less overwhelmed. So that is what I'm going to talk about. So what helped me the most is to have a set schedule. Now, some people like having a schedule on their cell phones. Some like having it on a calendar in the kitchen. Some like having it in their planners. It's totally up to you, but find and make a set schedule. So what I do is typically Sunday afternoons or Sunday evenings at the most, I will make my whole schedule for the week. So I will put down if I have any shifts at the dental office first. I'll put down when I'm tutoring second. Third, I'll put down if I'm doing anything with friends or family, like if I'm seeing them for lunch, you know, dinner, if it's a birthday, you know, holiday, whatever. And then after that, I'll make sure to put down if there's any appointments, like if I have a hair appointment, if Tom and I have a massage appointment. Lily and Daisy, it's the summertime, so typically they have to go to the vet to get their vaccinations, their pills, their heartworm, I think is the next thing. So I will make sure to put all of that down. But then after that, I will say, okay, what time do I have to do at-home parties or to go to somebody's house to show them LipSense? What time do I have to sort of talk to people about, say, being a part of the company? What time do I have to answer emails? Typically, what I like to do in the morning when I wake up, so if I don't have to go to the dental office, I'll spend an hour to 2 hours at the most watching a show or a movie on Netflix, okay, because that's just something that I like to do. Like, I'll make a coffee, have something to eat, and then see something on Netflix for an hour or two at the most. But at that time, so at that same time, I'll be on my laptop checking emails, updating my social media. I'll be posting things on social media because I use a program called Tiny Torch, which is like a social media scheduler, for lack of a better word. And I use HotSuite, HotSuite, something like that. Hootsuite, maybe. Sorry, I think it's called Hootsuite. It's HOOTSUITE. So I use those to help to schedule my social media posts. So I do that typically on Sundays, but then I will also do that in the mornings as I'm sort of watching a movie for 1 hour to 2 hours at the most. So then I feel that I am getting that done, because those things like checking your email, social media, those things you have to do to sell, okay? It may seem like fun at the beginning, but then before you know it, you're spending like 3 or 4 hours every single day attached to your cell phone. Just, you know, posting here, posting there, answering questions, but you can't do that because that's how people become quickly overwhelmed. And then they say, okay, this is too much. No. If you're new at this, you're probably thinking, Okay, well, I'm not going to complain when I start to make money, because if I'm posting on social media, that means that I'm making money. So that's a good thing. Trust me, you will become overwhelmed fast. It's a good thing to make money. It's a good thing to have new clients. It's a good thing to have new customers, but you will become overwhelmed fast. Like, I know lots of people who are on their cell phones constantly, like literally every hour on the hour, checking emails, seeing if somebody commented on their post, liked a post, whatever. And that's fine. But you know what, you guys? I don't have time for that. The whole point of me working for myself is so I can spend time with my friends and family and take Lily and Daisy outside. You know, like, that's what I want to do. But if I'm checking my cell phone every hour on the hour, I'm taking away that time from them, okay? There is nothing worse than spending quality time with your partner and they're on their cell phone. There's nothing worse. You know, it makes sense if you have to check something for like 10 minutes, but I can't stand it when, you know, Tom, and he says the same thing about me too, we can't stand it when we're watching a movie and like he's on his cell phone the whole time, because he sells actually things too. So he could be on his cell phone for an hour, you know, like posting, commenting, liking, but the same thing for me too. Like, I will catch myself checking my cell phone, and then half an hour later, I'm, you know, looking at Instagram, on Facebook, you know, seeing what other people are posting, answering comments, but then I'm like, okay, no, it is 8 o'clock, you know, like, I have to put the phone down. But that's how people get overwhelmed, honestly. Especially if you work full time. You could be thinking like, okay, I know I have to have parties online, you know, to sell. But if I work full time, how can I post throughout the day in my party? Well, you can't. That's why it's so important to have a social media scheduler such as TinyTorch or Hootsuite. They are awesome. So you just have to plan out your posts, and then say when you want the post to go out, and it does the work for you. It's the best thing ever, and it's not something you have to pay for. If you know, want to add, say, like 6 of your social media accounts and post like 20-30 times a day, then yes, you typically do have to upgrade out of the free account. But I don't pay for it, you guys. I don't pay. For TinyTorch, you can add 2 social media accounts and post up to 18 posts a day for free. So you don't have to pay for it. Same with Hootsuite. You know what? I don't use that one as often because I find TinyTorch easier. But I do use it if I go over my